So before beginning, keep your microphone off and video mode also off. Okay, friends, just confirm whether you are able to hear me and also the screen is appearing before you perfectly. Just type in the comment box, chat box. Mr. Dale, someone is there, Mr. Dale. Can you just mute yourself? Mr. Dale, mm, someone's microphone is on. Mr. Madan Daga, your microphone is on. Okay, friends, I think now everybody is mute now. So let's start. So, friends, today I have selected some very few topics, but as these topics are now onwards, every topic. Can you just confirm me whether I am audible and the screen is visible? Okay, thank you. Uh, Friends, now onwards, every day will count as because we will be covering lots of formulas and so all advanced excels will now actually will begin. So till now only we have covered VLOOKUP, which was a good function or command. Now onwards, you have to concentrate fully on the formulas and each and every minute thing. Otherwise, your formula will not work. So, friends, before that, I'll cover few basic things which I wanted to make you aware of. So, this is insertion of comment in a cell, spelling check, and macro enabling. So, how the insertion, how a comment is inserted in a cell. So, it's a very simple thing. Uh, Friends, if you go to this is our first topic uh, for today's session, insertion of comment in a cell. So, say suppose this is a table. I'll just let's zoom it. So this is a table, and then in this table, say I want to write some comment for Rohit. So how I can write some comment for Rohit? So you just go to review, and then there is a box called new comment. In the box, the box name is new comment. Here, just by pressing this, one dialog box appearing in the cell. Now you can write your comment according to you. Like for example, if Rohit, so I can say Rohit is a good employee. Whatever comment you write, you can write in this box. Rohit is a Rohit is a good employee. So like this, you have written your comment, and when you are writing a comment, your username will appear. Since I am using this screen sharing, that is why not. Otherwise, your name will appear who has written this comment. So and wherever you are sending this file, he will be able to see who has write what and what comment that person has written. So this you will be able to identify. And friends, once you have entered one comment in a cell, you can enter comment in multiple cell as per your choice. Uh, but if you want to say edit this comment, you can again go to review. You will find, if there is a comment in that cell, you will find uh, edit comment box, edit comment link over here. So you just click over here and now you can edit it, friends. But again, by right clicking you can bring this command also. If you right click on the cell, here you will find two options. First option is edit comment, second option is delete comment. So now if I delete the comment, so comment is deleted. So friends, so hope I hope that this is very simple, and it must have been clear to you. So writing a comment, very simple thing. I'll just repeat it again once quickly. In any cell, if you want to write over here, since Rohit is absent, if you want to write one comment, so why Rohit is absent, you can write by inserting a comment. Just right click over that cell and insert comment. Uh, Here you can write fever. So he was absent because of fever. So to anybody, if you just bring the cursor over this red zone or this red link, so he will be able to understand that Rohit has fever. That is why he was absent on Sunday. So such kind of comment you can write just to explain about the contents of the cell to the viewer of the file, to the user of the file. You can make him understand why that particular like thing is there. So and in practical field, I can say you suppose you have derived some variances in your say monthly trial, and if there is a grade variance, so you can just write against that variance in that cell a comment that because of such and such region, such a high variance is there. So accordingly, it's up to your choice. So and you can write the comment in the cell. So let's move to next topic, that is spelling check. So friends, spelling check, you just select the like area where you want to check the spelling. Suppose I want to check the spelling under this area, or you just simply click on the spelling check. This is again the button is available under review, and spelling is there. So just click over that and you will be able to see the screen. So screen will check the each and every spelling. So so in this you see like for Harry, for Harry, it is checking the spelling like that. Whatever options are available in Excel, so Excel this window is providing all the options to you available in the window. That Harry spelling can be Harry or whatever Harry Harry. So all these options are being provided to you, and you can select according to your choice. So suppose I choose this Harry Harry, and then I will press change. So the spelling of Harry you just see over here. Harry spelling has changed to Harry, and earlier it was Harry. So by this again, so by this you can change the spelling and check the spelling and change it also. Again, if there is a new word, suppose Pandit. Now Pandit over here is, it is not defined. So if you want to add to the dictionary, you just click over in add to the dictionary. So it will be added in the dictionary of Excel. So in future it will not show you any kind of error in while you are checking the spelling. Friends, then now next is, now if you want to ignore ones, you can ignore it. So all the choices are available. So change all, if you want to change all the spellings, though as per your choice, as per your decision, all the spelling will get changed. So accordingly you can do this. So friends, now let's move ahead. So this is again a sort function which you can utilize of spelling check. Then there is a macro enabling. Friends, I just wanted to show you this function today because when we will do a macro setting kind of thing, macro writing thing. So before that, I wanted you to enable your macros in your system, so that we can do all the future classes smoothly. And this is also important for those friends who are in a commercial a commerce profession. There's many a times we require to enable the macro. Even in many times you will find that you are handling a macro enabled file. For example, those who files IT return, income tax return. So there is a one Excel utility, Excel utility available to file the income tax return. So before opening that income tax return form in Excel, you have to enable the macros. So how you can enable the macros? Let's just see. So friend, for enabling macros, you need to go to file. You need to go to file, and then under file you will find option. So under file you will find option. You just press this button, and in option, under option, one new dialog box will appear. Here you will find a trust center. Here you will find trust center. So from file, then option, then go to this trust center. Under trust center, this trust center setting button is there. You click over here, trust center setting. Under this, again one new dialog box will appear. Here you will find macro setting. Friends, in most of the system you will be seeing that this is under disabled, but here I have to make it enable. So in my system it was earlier it was enabled, so it is showing by default here only. So and so yeah, you will have to activate it by pressing enable button, choosing enable button. So and then press OK. So by these steps you can enable the macros in your Excel sheets. Hope this is clear to you, friends. uh, okay, Srev, I'll just repeat it. Friends, again someone's microphone is on. Mr. Suman China. uh, Someone's microphone is on. can you just switch off your microphone? Okay, friends, let's continue. So I'll just repeat this macro enabling function again. Uh, Friends, in file, you will have to go to file, then go to file, then there is a option under file, there is a option under option. You will have to go to trust center. In new dialog box, you will have to go to trust center. From trust and center, once you press it, you will find trust center setting. Under trust center setting, there is a option available macro setting. Under macro setting, you will find four options: disable all macros without notification, with notification, except digitally signed macros, and the last one is enable all macros, though it's written in the bracket, not recommended. But friends, to access the macro enabled file, you have to enable these macros. Otherwise, you will not be able to work in Excel sheets where the macro is enabled. And after this, selecting this radio button, just click OK, and so your macro is enabled. So now you can use the macro enabled file. So from tomorrow onwards, we will be using some kind of these functions. So that is, I wanted you to enable your macros beforehand. So friends, now let's move to our new advanced part, that is count. So friends, we are covering today count functions, count if, count ifs, count blank, count a, and then some shortcut keys for sum and subtotal, and the practicals based on this sum and sum totals. Someone is asking why macro is required. uh, Mr. Gautam, macro requires many a times when we require some advanced function. This we will be by showing you practical things, you will be able to understand why macro is required. And in many parts, in many areas, suppose in the profession of who are in the profession of taxation, they need to file the income tax return, and income tax return utility available in Excel, uh, and those excels are macro enabled only. So so this is the way where you can enable your macros. So let's friend use this count function. So friend, count is utilized uh, to count the numbers in any column. So suppose under this column, if I select it, I will find there are 8 count. Here by selecting, I can find the count, but by using formula you can also count it. So for writing this count function, you will have to press equal to and then count. Just type count. Once you type count and start bracket, so it provides the range. You just select the range and then close bracket. So now 8 is coming. So friends, by it just required, for example, there may be n number of data where you required particular count for the numbers appearing in that column. So so for this count is required. So let me focus on the next formula, that is count if. Friends, this count if is one of the most important formula in entire count space. And count if and count ifs, these two are the important formulas. So how and where this count if is utilized, let me just show you in this next example. Friends, now see in this column, a number of party, name of the party is appearing. Name of the parties you will find uh, single party is appearing many times. You will find uh, someone is saying I'm not audible. Let me start it again. So friends, I'm just sharing this screen again. So friends, just confirm me whether I'm audible or not now again. Okay, thank you. Friends, now I want to see how many times this say the first party uh, say this casual fashion is appearing in the column. How many times this casual fashion is appearing in the column? So so I can write it over here. I can write it over here. How many times this casual fashion is appearing? So I will use this formula count if you have to type count if or then start bracket. After beginning the bracket, this formula requires range. The formula requires range, so I have to provide this range. Now I will select this entire column. So I have selected this column, and then put comma. After putting comma, it's requiring criteria. It's requiring criteria. So criteria I need to provide. I will again select this casual fashion sale or where this casual fashion is mentioned, and then just put enter. Then you just put sorry close bracket and then press enter. So now it will show 64 times. 64 times this casual fashion is appearing. uh, Friends, you must have I think must have grabbed this formula, or shall I repeat it? Video is not visible. Repeat please. Ravi, I think you have to check your network, because I'm not getting this kind of comment from any other member. So Ravi, please, your settings of net connectivity. Friends, let me repeat it again. For finding casual how many times this casual fashion is appearing in the column. So I need to count the number of sales where this casual fashion is appearing. So how I can do it? I will type this formula count if. I will type this formula count if, and then start bracket. After typing count if start bracket, now you need to provide the range. So for providing range, you just select the entire column of data, then put comma. After putting comma, you need to provide the criteria. So you need to provide the criteria. So come to the first cell where I am just writing this formula. So I will press on this casual fashion. So this is the criteria, means I am providing to the formula. You just count casual fashion in the selected area. So I have already selected the range. Now close the bracket and then press enter. So friends, it is now counting 64 times. 64 times casual fashion is appearing in the column. So depending upon your practical scenario, you can take your decision. So what to do with this repetition of the same party name? Now, friends, I will freeze this range. I will freeze this range. For freezing this range, we studied, discussed, we have to press F4. Yeah, Mr. Binay, anything? No audio. Friends, can you confirm if I am audible? Okay, it's okay, thanks. Okay, thank you, friends. Just keep your microphone off. Friends, I need to freeze the range. So I have just freeze the range. Now just copy this formula and paste in the entire column. So now you will be able to see that casual fashion is appearing for 64 times, RS Tiwari is appearing for 8 times, Loknath Graphics is appearing for 12 times. In this column, you will be able to see how many times each and every data is appearing. Uh, so by this way, you can take your decisions. So sometimes we need to check whether any duplicacy is there in the particular column or how many times a particular data is appearing. So by this way you can count the particular your criteria that for your decision making. Now friends, what will happen if I do not freeze the range? So it is again one of the practical thing. Many a times by not freezing the range, I also uh, I also get some valuable valuable output. So what kind of output I will get? Suppose I don't freeze the range. I don't freeze the range. I have unfreeze the range. So if you unfreeze the range and after that you just copy this formula to the end. Now you find friends, whenever the first time that particular data is appearing in the column, so it will just mention that casual fashion is appearing for 64 times, but in the next cell again casual fashion is appearing, but here it is writing that it is appearing for 63 times. So why this is happening? Because of the formula. When I drag this formula also change the range of the range of the column. So it also reduces the range at the higher end and increases the range at the lower end. So friends, you just see if I just F2, press F2, so it will show it is covering the range from A4. So it is covering the range from here itself, and you have just left previous two sales. So that is why, yeah, and in previous two sales you see casual fashion has appeared once. So so the entire 64 minus 1, so that is why it is counting 63. So in this way you will see all the this number of the count gets uh, getting reduced in the following cells. So friends, so here one thing you can do. So friends, here you can utilize this function. How you can use this function in your practical field? How you can utilize? Friends, now you can just sort it. If you okay, before sorting you just copy paste special this function. So if you sort it from largest to smallest, or you do so you can be you will be able to first sorting do by two way. By that advanced sorting we have seen. For advanced sorting I will provide two criteria. First, sorting by name, and then I will add one more level, then sorting by count. So now you just see friends what will happen. So if I go to say Bengal creation, now you just see friends, against Bengal creation, this serial number is coming. Serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So such kind of sorting you can also do, if you require to sort and according to the like serial number also. So it by using this countif formula, you can also write the serial number against each and every data point, and you can utilize this data point as well. This will be very helpful while we will be doing pivot table. So in pivot table, I will let you know how this countif function without freezing the range, how this is helpful. Friends, if I combined three formula, VLOOKUP, pivot table and countif, I will be able to generate a good MIS. So after covering, so we have already covered VLOOKUP, now we have covered this countif, and after covering pivot table, I will show you one worksheet, so where we will be using the combination of these three formulas, three commands. So and by that way you can generate a good MIS. We'll cover in the coming classes, forthcoming classes. So friends, hope this is clear to you. If you have any doubt, just let me know, so we can again repeat this formula or function. Just type friends yes in the chat box. Okay, friends. Thank you. So let's move ahead. So friends, we have covered this count option also. Ravi Kant, you want to repeat this? Yeah, yeah, Sima. Yeah, हाँ, 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 डेफिनेट नहीं, यू विल सीमा, जो आपको रिजल्ट मिलेगा, दैट रिजल्ट विल बी, इट विल काउंट द टोटल नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकुलर डेटा इज अपियरिंग इन द एंटायर कॉलम. हाँ, हाँ, बट अगर मैं विदाउट रेंज फ्रीज करके कर रहा हूं ना, सो दिस हैज सम डिफरेंट पर्पज. So I just wanted to put a serial number against each and every data point. So and I just wanted to show you the result in our future classes when we will be completing our pivot table. So after pivot table, I will show you how we can use this count function and VLOOKUP and pivot table. So combination of these three functions, there will be a good MIS that you will be able to generate. इसलिए मैंने वो बताया था कि otherwise again I have to cover this count if without freezing the range. ठीक है. So okay, welcome. So we have covered this count if and count ifs, count if and count. So now friends, our next formula is count ifs. So when I need to provide some more criteria to the function, so I will be requiring this count ifs function. So let's see. So friends, this is the table. Here you will find name of, in one of the column is name of the employee, then location. Location is India and abroad. Then days are over there. Is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then salary is also written over here. Um, okay. So let me just repeat that count if function again, and I'll cover this count ifs. So friends, if I need to know how many days Ashish was present or Ashish was absent. So suppose these are 30 days of Excel sheet. So there are 30 dates mentioned over there. So then you need to count how many days Ashish was present or Ashish was absent. So by using count if formula, you can count. You can also calculate it. So suppose this count if use this count if formula. I'll just start bracket and then select this entire range of the dates from Sunday to Friday I have this selected the range. Under this range, after selecting the range, put comma, and then after comma I need to provide the criteria. So the criteria is uh, say P. Criteria is P. So under under this inverted commas, you just type P and then close the bracket. So, friends, you see 6 days Mr. Assis was present and 1 day he was absent. So, you can in the next column you can also count the absenteeism also. So, just the again the same formula, count if start bracket, select the range, select the range, and then after selecting the range put comma and provide the criteria. Criteria is say type A. What this function is doing, what this formula is doing, this formula is doing nothing but counting A in the range, counting A in the range. Now you see friends, Assis was present for 6 days and absent for 1 day. So now you just copy this formula and drag it to the lower side. So every against the every name of the employee, you will be able to calculate how many days a particular employee was absent, how many days a particular employee was present. So this is all about friend this function. Again one more utilization of count if function. So friends, again it depends upon the uh, practical scenario to scenario for what purpose you are using this count if function. Though in count if function it just calculating the particular criteria. In our previous example also where this PK fashion or whatever this party was there, or Bengal creation, that was just calculating how many times a particular criteria is appearing in the selected column or selected row. So here we have just put the criteria that it will count P. So it's counting P, and it means uh, by by counting P we are just like assuming that Assis is present for 6 days or absent for 1 day. So by this way you can also utilize this counting formula. So hope friends this is also clear to you. It's just a practical application of the formula and nothing here. So let's move to the next function, that is count ifs. That is count ifs. I'm just deleting it. Count ifs. Count ifs is again providing some more criteria. It is little complex formula. Just concentrate what I am making you understand. So put is equal to, and then type count ifs. As soon as you type count, here you will find the spellings that you can count, type the formula accordingly to the according to the spelling reflecting here, or you can just double click over here. So it will automatically take the formula in the cell. After this, what the formula is saying, I need to provide the range 1 criteria, range 1. So criteria is, for example, I need to find how many employee in India and abroad are getting salary above 50,000. How many employees in India or abroad are getting salary in excess of 50,000. So I'll just select this column. I have selected this column. Now I need to provide the criteria. I need to provide the first criteria. First criteria is, say I need to derive how many employees in India are getting salary above 50,000. So just put comma. After putting comma, you select this India. So I have selected this cell. Then I need to provide again press comma. So after comma, I need to provide again criteria range 2. So what is the criteria? I was deriving the salary. So salary, you need to select the salary column. So this is my second criteria. Second criteria is I need to derive the data out of salary. So what will be the now my next criteria? Next criteria is I need to derive the salary in excess of 50,000. So after putting comma, you type your desired criteria in inverted commas. So inverted comma, I will type greater than 50,000. Greater than 50,000. One greater than 50,000. Then close the inverted comma, and after that close the bracket. Once you close the bracket, the formula is complete. You press enter. So now see friends, in India there are three persons who are getting salary in excess of 50,000. By manually you can also see in India this and this. So Mr. Syam, Mr. Pandit and Mr. Sharma all are getting salary in excess of 50,000, 51,000, 74, 89,000. So that's it friends for this count ifs function also. So hope you must have understood, or if you have still any query against this function, type in the chat box. Okay, repetition. Okay, Mr. Gautam, I'm just repeating it again. Friends, usage of this formula count ifs have different practical scenarios. So I have just come up with one of the practical scenario that I need to find how many people in India or abroad are getting salaries by the criteria that you select. So so I just wanted to know how many employees in India are getting salary in excess of 50,000. So there is a chart, there is a table. So I have taken a small table, but in practical field number of data and the table size may be much larger than this table. So write the formula count ifs, and then start bracket, count ifs, then start bracket. I need to provide the criteria, first criteria range. So first criteria range was that I wanted to know in India how many employees. So select the column of location. Select the column of location. So I have just selected it. After selecting, so this is the must my first criteria, that formula should look for in this column only where the word India is appearing, right? Where the word India is appearing. So put comma. I need to provide the second criteria. Criteria means the formula has to look into the column. Since I have already selected the column, so formula will have to look into the column for India. So wherever this India is appearing, it will uh, calculate, it will look for the next criteria in the next column. So how this now I need to provide the next criteria. So my next criteria is the salary column. My next criteria is the range is the salary column. So criteria range, now again I am providing the next criteria range. Criteria range, now I have provided this salary range. So what is the my logic function? Logic function is I need to provide a logic to the formula that the formula should look for salary in excess of 50,000 in this salary column. So how I can put this? Put comma, and then put your logic formula logic in the inverted bracket, sorry, inverted comma. So in inverted comma I need to provide the logic is salary in excess of 50,000. I'll put it this greater than sign, and then 50,000. 50,000 I have mentioned over here 50,000. Now uh, close the inverted comma, and after closing it, just press put closing bracket and press enter. So now the result is 3. It means 3 employees are there in India who are getting salary in excess of 50,000. Similarly, you can also find how many people in abroad are who are getting salary lower than 50,000. Just type the formula, count ifs, start bracket, then select the first criteria is the location. I will take now abroad. The criteria I will provide abroad, not India. Next criteria range I need to provide. So the criteria range is this salary range, then comma. After putting comma, you need to provide the criteria, that is employees getting salary lower than 50,000 abroad. So less than 50,000, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then inverted comma closed, close the bracket, then press enter. So abroad there are two employees who are getting salary less than 50,000. So abroad. So there are three abroad, it is getting 62,000. Now two employees are there who are getting 30,000, 36,000. So by this way, friends, you can put your logic in your count ifs formula and utilize in your practical fields. So hope friends this is clear. No, you just within inverted comma you just type 50,000. So it will calculate automatically. Any question, friends, or shall we move ahead? Okay, no question. Let's move ahead. So, friends, we have covered this count ifs, then count blank in the table. Suppose there are some blanks are appearing. I just delete few of them. Are deleted few of them, few cells. So there are few cells are blank. I need to count how many cells are blank. Just type count blank, count blank. Just double click over here, count blank, and then you just select the range. So I'll just select the entire this weekly table and close the bracket. After closing the bracket, you will be able to see there are 7 cells which are blank. It's as simple as that. So hope this formula is also clear. If you have any query, just mention in the chat box or we'll move ahead. Okay, friends, let's move ahead. Count A. Count A used for counting the alphabet part. This where the number column is not there. For this count A is used. So suppose this name is appearing over here. So I will just select this column. There are 8 columns where this alphabet is appearing. So it's again a simple formula then. Let's move to our next topic, that is sum. Friends, summation is again an art. How you can use the summation function. Friends, suppose this column where this taxable value is appearing. So friends, you can type the summation function. There are many ways. So few of them I will share with you. Say suppose you just type sum, then start bracket, and you just select this entire column and close the bracket, summation is happening. So this is one method where you are just typing the formula sum and then select the first select the first cell from where the values are beginning, and then come up to the last cell just before the formula cell and close the bracket, press enter, summation is happening. Then again there is one more shortcut key, that is if you press alt plus, if you press alt plus, if you press, sorry, alt equal to जो function है, if you press that, and then you will be able to calculate this also. And there is a one summation formula, it is available in home. Here is auto sum. Just click over here in home page, home tab. So again you will be able to get this one. So now friends, come to our subtotal. Subtotal is again one of the important function. Friends, many a times we use filter in our working sheets. So if you are using a filter in your working sheet, then your summation formula will not work. uh, Summation is doing addition of all the values appearing in particular column, but if you use subtotal, it will be, it will add only the visible cell. Subtotal will add only visible cells. Let's see, I'm using two formula over here. I'll type sum and then I'll select the entire range, select the entire range and close bracket. And you see 35 lakh 57 thousand 58,407 is appearing. If I type subtotal, how you can type the subtotal function? Type subtotal, start bracket. Now there are many functions available in the subtotal. So I'll discuss here like subtotal, then subtotal under sum. Just click over here, that is 9 is appearing, and then you select this entire column. Here total is coming same because all the cells are unfiltered, all the rows are unfiltered. If I all the cells are also visible, so now I will just filter few of them. For example, I will filter a few parties. Just a moment friends, my sheet is not responding. Okay. And now say suppose I have filtered Bengal creation and Demon Day. So if I select these two parties, now you see friend that summation, that is the first formula, is still showing the entire value of the column. But in the subtotal, this is the sum formula and this is subtotal. So subtotal is adding only visible cells. You can manually you can see whatever visible sales is there. Here the total is coming 12 lakh 60,000 and here is also coming 12 lakh 60,000. But in summation function, it is adding the entire column. It is adding the entire column, entire selected range and not the visible sales. So while applying the formula of summation and subtotal, you have to be very careful uh, bec- uh, because subtotal only add those cells which are visible and summation adds even if the cells are not visible. In many times we find we use summation formula, but when we calculate manually on the visible cells, it shows that summation is not correct. But friends, you have to keep in mind the usage of these two functions, sum and subtotal. So Ravi wanted to repeat it again. Uh, Let me repeat it again. These two formulas. I just clear the filtered rows. So friends, summation is what? Sum, just press control equal to, if you press control equal to, sorry, alt equal to, if you press alt equal to, this summation comes. Now you just select the range and press enter. So summation formula is there. Someone wanted to know the shortcut key. So friends, if you press alt equal to, so this formula will automatically come over here, and press enter. Alt equal to, this formula will automatically appear here. You don't have to like type equal to sum and then select the range, or click on the this summation function appearing in the home tab. So you just press alt equal to, the entire column gets selected. But friend, before selecting this, before applying this formula of alt equal to, you need to be have to be sure that there is no blank cell. There is no blank cell. For example, in between, suppose these two cells are blank. These two cells are blank, and if I want to use this alt equal to shortcut key, then it will just select only up to the blank cell. So I'm just repeating that function. Alt alt equal to, friends, just by dragging, just by moving the cursor upward, I'm just going to show you that this formula has covered only up to the blank cell. So friends, you now just see, it has just covered those values which are appearing just before the blank cell, and it has not covered these values, in fact. So before applying alt equal to, you have to be very careful that there are no cells, no blank cells are appearing. In that case, you have to just click over in the first cell and select the entire range, and then close the bracket. Oh, sorry, double. Now press enter. So friends, by this way, you can use this alt equal to shortcut key, and you have to be ensured that there is no blank cells. So now I am repeating this subtotal function, and just type subtotal equal to subtotal, type subtotal, and then start bracket. After start bracket, uh, put 9. Why 9? Because 9 is the for summation. 9 is for summation. Then put comma. After putting comma, you have to provide the range. So range is this is my entire column, and close the bracket. So friends, okay friends. So now see, summation of both the formula is same, because subtotal is adding only visible cells, and summation is adding the entire cells, even if these cells are not visible. So now use the filter formula, filter few parties. So after filtering these few parties, you will be able to see that under subtotal the amount is coming lower, but in summation function the amount is as it was earlier calculated. So what subtotal is doing? Subtotal is just calculating the summation of visible cells. So hope friends, this summation of subtotal and summation function is clear. So there is one query, in blank cell can we write 0? Yes, you can write 0, then it will calculate, then it will work perfectly. Now friends, let me show you one more way of using subtotal. Suppose all cells are all rows are under not all rows are appearing, all rows are visible, these are not filtered. So suppose there is a filtered row appearing, so I am just filtering few parties. So after filtering I want to add the subtotal. Now how you can do this, friends? By pressing even alt equal to if the few rows are filtered, then by pressing all equal to you can bring the subtotal function. Friend, this is a shortcut key for subtotal. If few rows are filtered, then if you press alt equal to, this subtotal formula comes automatically. Just press enter. I'm just repeating again, alt equal to and press enter. Friends, you see that by pressing alt equal to under filtered option, under filtered row, this summation comes automatically. You don't have to type like equal to, then subtotal, then bracket, then 9, then provide the range. You don't have to provide. So you can bring anyway this formula of subtotal by pressing alt equal to, provided few rows are filtered out, then only you can utilize this function. Oh friends, this is clear. uh, next now let's use subtotal other options. Other option, say count. You can even count it also. Say type subtotal count, subtotal, then start bracket. Under here there is a count option available, count. So put 2 comma and then provide this range and close the bracket. After closing it, you just see 88. Let me select it manually. Now friends, see 88 sales are there. 88 sales are there. So what this subtotal function is using, how many number sales are there, how many number sales are there. So by using subtotal count function, you can count it also. Like earlier we used count, I have just shown you count function also there. So by using subtotal you can also count the number sales, all the sales where number is appearing. And then again there is one more functionality, like subtotal. So here max meaning maximum, minimum, these thing also you can do, or even average also. So for example maximum, I utilize use this 4 and then put comma and provide the range. So it will provide you the maximum amount. So the maximum amount it will provide you. So maximum is 22,600. So under all the values, you just see the highest number is 22,600 under the selected range. So by using this max function under subtotal, you can find what is the highest value appearing in the particular column. So you see this 22,600 was there. Similarly, you can change the option. Uh, I was using 4. Now you can use next options. Say suppose minimum, that is 5. So it will show you 126. 126 is the minimum number appearing in the visible cells. So whatever cells is visible among these numbers, 126 is the smallest number. See here. Here is the 126, which is the smallest number appearing in a cell. So friends, this is the usage of subtotal formula. So hope you can practice all the options available in your laptop or in your system, and then you can come back to me tomorrow. We can discuss. So friends, now let's have some more queries if you have for the day, and be prepared for next few more days, because we will be covering some more complex formula and pivot tables, some logical formulas. So be attentive tomorrow onwards for next 4 5 or next remaining classes. Now friends, just let me know if you have any queries or repetition of any topic. We have still left 15 minutes or say 14 minutes. So I think everyone is okay with today's session. It's great. Mr. Abhishek, in my laptop but not showing any result. Repeat the count blank option. Yes, sure. Okay. I'll repeat the count blank option. Blank. Friends, it's very simple. Suppose, let me share you this file again. Somehow. Just a minute, friends. Something is, some issue is cropping up. Not able to share this file. Okay. Friends, this counting this blank, it's very simple formula. Just type count blank, count blank, then start bracket and select the range. Once you select the range, I have selected this entire table. So wherever these blank cells are appearing there, it will count the blank cells and then close the bracket, press enter. So 7 times these blank cells are appearing. So it's a very simple formula. Please show maximum and minimum value finding. Okay, very good. Come to this our sheet. Here friends, suppose there are these are the visible cells. Under visible cells, you just type subtotal and then start bracket. After beginning the bracket, this will show you up the all the options available. So here the maximum, for finding maximum value, the option 4 is there. You just type 4 and then press comma. After putting comma, you need to provide the range. So just select this entire column. After selecting the column, close the bracket and press enter. So friend, this 22,600 is the highest value among all the visible cells, all the in the range which I have selected. Accordingly you can do. And then after changing this 4 to 5, say 5 was for minimum value, so this enter, this 126 is appearing. So this is again that this will show how you can find the minimum value. Anything else, friend? I need, yeah, it will work out, yeah, it will work. I need to put 0 in blank cells. Is there any, is it possible? Yes, friend, it is possible. We have already covered this function in our earlier classes. I will repeat it again. Yeah, Prahlad, I'll just repeat it again. I'll just come to say this table. Here are many blank cells are appearing. Many blank cells appearing. I need to put 0. I need to put 0 in all the blank cell. How you can do this? You just type a 0 somewhere and then copy it. After copying, you select the entire range. After selecting, press Control G. Control G function. This is a special function. Control G go to function, and under Control G, there is a option radio button available for blank. Select this blank. Press OK. After pressing OK, you will find all the blank cells are highlighted. Now you just press enter. After pressing enter, you will see this 0 is appearing in all the blank cells. See friends, 0 is appearing in all the blank cells. So by this way uh, you can insert 0 in all the blank cells. Okay, please repeat. Okay, I'm again repeating it. Ravi, please just wait. I'll come to how to put the tick mark. Friends, there are many cells in this table where blank cells are there. What you need to do, I want to insert 0 in all the blank cells. I will copy, put 0 somewhere in other cells out of the table. I will copy this 0, then select the entire area where the blank cells are there. I will select the entire area. Then I will use the function go to. How you can bring the function go to? Press Control G. Control G. After pressing Control G, this dialog box appears. Go to special. Under special, you will find another tab. Here blank option is available. So you just select this blank, then press OK. Once you press OK, all the blank cells are highlighted. Now you need to just press enter. After pressing enter, you will see this 0 has been inserted in all the blank cells. So this is how you can insert 0 or whatever value you want. You can insert in the blank cells. Yeah, coming to Ravi, to your your query that how to put tick. So friend, putting tick, it's nothing, just a usage of font style, that is Webdings. Under Webdings, let me just select one area. Say, suppose I have selected this area. After selecting, I will apply Webdings style. Webdings style is appearing in the this font style. You will see Webding now. Here this Webdings is appearing. You just select click on this Webdings. Now this font style is Webding. So once you selected this, now put A, small a, not the capital A. If you put small a, it will automatically show you tick. So in the shape of tick, but in the formula bar you will be able to see a, but on the visible cells it will be appearing as a tick. And if you put R, it will appear as a cross. If you put R, it will appear as a cross. Hope Ravi, this is clear to you. Okay, friends, thanks a lot for attending today's session. And if you have any other query, you can just WhatsApp me. We can cover it up tomorrow. Thank you, friends.